Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Expeditions, Volume 5, Book 59, number 285 to 749. Volume 5, Book 59, number 285. Narrated by Abu Ishaq. Once, while I was sitting beside Zayd bin al-Arqam, he was asked, how many ghazwat did the Prophet undertake? Zayd replied, 19. They said, in how many ghazwat did you join him? He replied, 17. I asked, which of these was the first? He replied, Al-Ashira or Al-Ashiru. Volume 5, Book 59, number 286. Narrated by Abdullah bin Mas'ud. From Sa'd bin Mu'ah. Sa'd bin Mu'ah was an intimate friend of Umayyah bin Khalaf, and whenever Umayyah passed through Medina, he used to stay with Sa'd, and whenever Sa'd went to Mecca, he used to stay with Umayyah. When Allah's apostle arrived at Medina, Sa'd went to perform Umrah and stayed at Umayyah's home in Mecca. He said to Umayyah, tell me of a time when the mosque is empty so that I may be able to perform tawaf around the Kaaba. So Umayyah went with him about midday. Abu Jahl met them and said, O Abu Safwan, who is this man accompanying you? He said, he is Sa'd. Abu Jahl addressed Sa'd saying, I see you wandering about safely in Mecca in spite of the fact that you have given shelter to the people who have changed their religion, i.e. became Muslims, and have claimed that you will help them and support them. By Allah, if you were not in the company of Abu Safwan, you would not be able to go your families safely. Sa'd, raising his voice, said to him, by Allah, if you should stop me from doing this, i.e. performing tawaf, I would certainly prevent you from something which is more valuable for you, that is, your passage through Medina. On this, Umayyah said to him, O Sa'd, do not raise your voice before Abu al-Hakam, the chief of the people of the valley of Mecca. Sa'd said, O Umayyah, stop that. By Allah, I have heard Allah's apostle predicting that the Muslim will kill you. Umayyah asked, in Mecca? Sa'd said, I do not know. Umayyah was greatly scared by that news. When Umayyah returned to his family, he said to his wife, O Safwan, don't you know what Sa'd told me? She said, what has he told you? He replied, he claims that Muhammad has informed them, i.e. companions, that they will kill me. I asked him, in Mecca? He replied, I do not know. Then Umayyah added, by Allah, I will never go out of Mecca. But when the day of the Ghazwa of Badr came, Abu Jahl called the people to war, saying, go and protect your caravan. But Umayyah disliked to go out of Mecca. Abu Jahl came to him and said, O Abu Safwan, if the people see you staying behind, though you are the chief of the people of the valley, then they will remain behind with you. Abu Jahl kept on urging him to go until he, i.e. Umayyah, said, as you have forced me to change my mind, by Allah, I will buy the best camel in Mecca. Then Umayyah said to his wife, O Safwan, prepare what I need for the journey. She said to him, O Abu Safwan, have you forgotten what your Yathribi brother told you? He said, no, but I do not want to go with them but for a short distance. So when Umayyah went out, he used to tie his camel wherever he camped. He kept on doing that till Allah caused him to be killed at Badr. Volume 5, Book 59, number 287. Narrated by Ka'b bin Malik. I never failed to join Allah's apostle in any of his ghazawat except in the Ghazwa of Tabuk. However, I did not take part in the Ghazwa of Badr, but none who failed to take part in it was blamed. For Allah's apostle had gone out to meet the caravans of Quraysh, but Allah caused them, i.e. Muslims, to meet their enemy unexpectedly, with no previous intention. Volume 5, Book 59, number 288. Narrated by Ibn Mas'ud. I witnessed al-Miqdad bin al-Aswad in a scene which would have been dearer to me than anything had I been the hero of that scene. He, i.e. al-Miqdad, came to the Prophet while the Prophet was urging the Muslims to fight with the pagans. Al-Miqdad said, "We will not say as the people of Moses said, 'Go you and your Lord and fight you too.' 5.27. But we shall fight on your right and on your left and in front of you and behind you." I saw the face of the Prophet getting bright with happiness, for that saying delighted him. Volume 5, Book 59, number 289. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. On the day of the Battle of Badr, the Prophet said, "O Allah, I appeal to you, to fulfill your covenant and promise. O Allah, if your will is that none should worship you, then give victory to the pagans." Then Abu Bakr took hold of him by the hand and said, "This is sufficient for you." The Prophet came out saying, "Their multitude will be put to flight and they will show their backs." 54.45. Volume 5, Book 59, number 290. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The believers who failed to join the Ghazwa of Badr and those who took part in it are not equal in reward. Volume 5, Book 59, number 291. Narrated by Al-Bara. I and Ibn Umar were considered too young to take part in the Battle of Badr. Volume 5, Book 59, number 292. Narrated by Al-Bara. I and Ibn Umar were considered too young to take part in the Battle of Badr, and the number of the emigrant warriors were over 60 men, and the Ansar were over 249. Volume 5, Book 59, number 293. Narrated by Al-Bara. The companions of the Prophet Muhammad who took part in Badr told me that their number was that of Saul's, i.e. Talat's, companions who crossed the river of Jordan with him, and they were over 310 men. By Allah, none crossed the river with him but a believer. See Quran 2-249. Volume 5, Book 59, number 294. Narrated by Al-Bara. We, the companions of Muhammad, used to say that the number of the warriors of Badr was the same as the number of Saul's companions who crossed the river of Jordan with him. And none crossed the river with him but a believer, and there were over 310 men. Volume 5, Book 59, number 295. Narrated by Al-Bara. As below, Hadith 295. Volume 5, Book 59, number 296. Narrated by Al-Bara. We used to say that the warriors of Badr were over 310, as many as the companions of Saul who crossed the river with him, and none crossed the river with him but a believer. Volume 5, Book 59, number 297. Narrated by Abdullah bin Mas'ud. The Prophet faced the Kaaba and invoked evil on some people of Quraysh, on Shayba bin Rabi'a, Utbah bin Rabi'a, Al-Walid bin Utbah and Abu Jahl bin Hisham. I bear witness, by Allah, that I saw them all dead, putrefied by the sun, as that day was a very hot day. Volume 5, Book 59, number 298. Narrated by Abdullah. That he came across Abu Jahl while he was on the point of death on the day of Badr. Abu Jahl said, "You should not be proud that you have killed me, nor I am ashamed of being killed by my own folk."